Welcome on in, everybody. Let's go ahead and just kind of go ahead and do a few of your warm-ups so you can follow what Sarah's doing if you got a foam roller at home. If you know a few of good warm-up movements that work well for you, I encourage you to do that while I'm chit-chatting in the beginning here, per always. We're going to continue on into kind of our new workout programming through here. So today we're going to continue on with the full range of motion movements that are then followed by a hold as opposed to a pulse. We're doing the hold coming up. We've got 3 of those today as opposed to 2 on Tuesday. And then when we get into the second half of the workout, it's going to be that 40-20 cardio set. So definitely the second half of the workout has a lot more cardio involved. First half will be a little bit more of that strength training, burnout, and those holds associated with what we're doing. No equipment today. So I think this is actually the very first video we've done without equipment. You do have an option of using like a moderate to a heavy weight with some of the leg exercises we're doing. So if that fits for you, if you're looking to build like a little bit extra strength or get some more additional power out of your workout, have a weight handy and I'll kind of tell you when that comes into play. But otherwise, the rest of us are rocking no weight today. Beyond that, if you can do the barefoot thing, let's keep the revolution going. Do the barefoot, work and find and feel your muscles throughout the workout today. Identify where we're trying to target the muscles, and then try to squeeze those areas. Literally as simple as that. Squeeze the muscles that you want to use into your workout today. Injuries, if you got one, be careful with what you're doing. If you need to substitute something in for that, that is always okay. Sharp or bright pains are a no-no. We will have some of those power options involved today, and then also we'll have plenty of those more manageable options on the other end of things as well. If you got some of your own tunes, this is the time to put that Spotify playlist on and check in with yourself, notice how you're feeling, and work out accordingly as we get going today. So let's go ahead and get right back into our newer warm-ups that we've been doing. So first thing we're going to do is start on a hands and knees position. And with this, we're going to do cat-cow, kind of classic yoga movements here. Got the hands underneath the shoulders, we got the knees underneath the hips. We're going to breathe in and bring the chin up. We're going to breathe out and press the top of the spine away from the floor. Breathe in again, push the belly down, lift the chin. Exhale and arch. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, reach. And last one, inhale and exhale. Good, we go flat to the floor next. We're going to work on some back activity. We're going to go to a T position, so both arms straight out towards your sides through here. You're going to lift up just from the top half of the hips up, and then bring it back down slowly. We're going to breathe in as you lift up. We're going to exhale and slowly fold back down. Just kind of finding some squeeze all around that spine during the lift. Okay, and then we're going to move those arms up to the corners and go the letter Y next. Same thing, we're lifting up, controlling back down. Elbows can be close to you if you need that as a more manageable approach to what you're doing. Breathe in, lift up, slow, coming back down, then last one, and down. All right, so next up we work into that pigeon pose, and we're going to kind of get some mobility into this. I'm going to give you a different angle. Sarah will have the side angle for you. We're going to step with our right foot forward, bring that foot a little over to the left side so we cross the leg, and ideally we're trying to get that right knee to go to the floor, and we're going to ideally try to get your right butt to sit all the way into the floor to really create that massive stretch. Then, keeping the right foot on the floor, I want you to push up and lift up both your knees, lift up your hips, and then sink everything back down. Okay? We're going to breathe in and lift up, pressing through those palms. Exhale, sink your butt towards the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And give me that one more time here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Okay, let's switch out those legs. Your left foot now comes in front. That left foot works over to the right side. Set your hands, see where you can get kind of your glute as well as your knee on that left side. We're going to breathe in and lift both the knees as well as the hips, and then exhale and push left butt to floor. Okay? Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift, and as you exhale this time, let your neck muscles relax as you come down, shoulder blades behind you. One more, breathe in, and exhale down to the floor. We're going to go walkouts next, so I encourage you to start in a plank position for us from here. We've got 4 of these where we're going to keep the feet a little bit wide. We're going to then, keeping the legs as straight as possible, walk the hands back to the feet, getting to a nice tall position at the top of things, always postured, and then same thing coming back down. If you keep those legs straighter as you walk out. That'll provide some more hamstring stretch into this. We'll go ahead and walk it back in, get nice and tall, and then bring it back forward. So we're working on some strength and stability of the shoulders through that walkout. We hold that plank for a half second, so we really reinvest in core strength as well. And let's go one more here. Bring it back forward, legs stay a little straight as you walk it out. Hold that plank for a good second, walk it back in, and stand up nice and tall. Okay, next combo from here, we're gonna make sure we've got room to step behind us. So we're gonna lift up our right knee, we're gonna hug it in towards the chest, and then from here, we're gonna send that leg back. We're gonna put that right hand to the floor and twist over to the left. The left hand comes to the floor, and now we're gonna push backwards and straighten that left leg a little bit, and then stepping forward through that left foot to get tall. Let's switch it, left knee, hug it in. Let's send that leg back, left hand to the floor with that twist to the right. Hand comes down, we push backwards, we stretch through that back front leg, and then stepping and getting tall again. Lovely, let's go right side, hug it in, step it back. All right, let's find that stretch, and step. Lovely, and last one, left side, bring it in, stay tall, send it back. The bigger that back step can be, the more you're gonna get out of that stretch through the hip flexor and stand up nice and tall. Now we've added one more warm-up movement to the warm-ups today. We're gonna do some butt kickers, which is here with our feet. So you're gonna bring heel to butt, and then you're gonna go circles with the arms. So let's start with forward, large circles with the arms. Do this a few good times, and then we're gonna just simply reverse the arms. So keeping that butt kick, but now bringing those arms backwards a few good times. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then as we finish up, we'll do 30 seconds of a little bit of cardio. We've added a little bit more intensity to this by making it a squat. So same thing we did on Tuesday, but now with an added squat. Hands are behind the head. We're gonna squat down, and as we come up, we go opposite knee to elbow. So we'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Give me one good squat down, opposite knee to opposite elbow. One good squat, opposite knee. And of course, if you're feeling good, if you come into this workout ready to work, it's time to pick up that pace. Start pushing what you're doing. Get lower into that squat and pushing up with some authority. 10 more seconds. Good squats through those heels, folks. And when you crunch, breathe out in 2, in 1, and you are officially warm. Nicely done. So today we've got 3 full range of motion movements. We're gonna go over them for you. And remember, we've got a hold that's gonna follow each of these. Let's go over them. If you wanna do them with us and keep yourself a little warm, we encourage you to do so. Otherwise, take a little breather or do some warm-up movements as you're watching us as well. So first movement we're gonna start out today is gonna be a balanced lateral lunge step. So we're gonna start similar to what we just did in that warm-up, where we're gonna bring a knee in and we're gonna hug it in. Then we're gonna step out to a lateral lunge, and then we're gonna bring it right back up, hug that knee in again, and step back out. So each time, you've got a little bit of an extra stretch and a little bit of a hold at the top. And if you need a little bit of assistance, don't take the feet quite as wide. Practice maybe just kind of gently tapping the knee, but take it to where you can to make it manageable if you need. This is also one of those movements that you could add some weight if you need to really kind of up the ante into what you're doing. Our hold on this one, we just come down into that bottom lunge and we just stay there for 20 seconds. Our second movement is going to be a bird dog. We're going to bring it down to the floor, hands and knees position. Opposite hand and foot lift up. They tap hand to knee at the bottom or elbow to knee at the bottom, your choice. All right? And then when we hold, we're going to keep everything up into the air and just maintain that good solid hold. Okay, so that is your second of the movements, and then your third and final one is going to flip you around, put you on your back. It's your full body crunch. You got your arms out, your legs out. You're going to crunch everything in and then extend it back out. When we get to the hold, this is your choice. You could be out like so. You could sit up a little bit, wherever you feel like. And if you're seated up, you could even put a single foot down as an option to make it a little bit more manageable. So we'll go over those as we get to it. If you've got to wait, if you want to add kind of that strength component, this is the time to do so. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 10 seconds on that clock and we're gonna get ourselves rolling. So it is the balance step lateral lunge to get us started. Let's get in position. We start in 3, in 2, in 1. Hug that knee in, step out, bring it back up, show me balance, and repeat. So we've got ourselves 40 seconds to work through this first movement here. Great opportunity. Just kind of find and feel things early on, right? Figure out where that step is going to be best. If you need to make it more manageable, that step would be a little closer in, and your depth would not be as deep. And then find balance, right? When we're at the top, it's the opposite hip that starts to take over the control of the balance in what we're doing. We're going to follow this with a hold. So we're finished with this step in 3, 2, and 1. We've got 10 seconds, and then we're going to go down and we're going to hold it for 20 coming up. So we go down and hold in 3, in 2, in 1. Keep it here. Sarah's kind of found where her hands work best for her. You have plenty of options. Now, things I want you to feel. I want you to feel your butt on this right side. I want you to keep your core muscles good and tight, right? They're supporting you. They're helping the body from not tilting forward. In 3, in 2, in 1. Come down to the floor, bird dog position. We're going to move to one side quickly. Start with your right arm lifting in 3, 2, and 1. Right arm lifts and taps to that knee. Same thing as I'm telling you in that first movement. Let's figure it out first, right? Get the body in line with where we're going. A big mistake that I often see is this leg that extends. Oftentimes if somebody's imbalanced, they're going to lift that hip up, shift it up. Sarah's doing a nice job of keeping that stable with the other side of her hip. Think about that. Don't let that hip lift on you. Keep the hips at a parallel state. So we got last few, and then we're going to go hold. So we finish in 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 10. We're going to hold on that same side. The right arm is going to lift again. Holding begins in 3, 2, and 1. Keep it here. Let's find control through your breath. Let's find strength through the reach of the hand as well as the kick of that foot. Perfect. You're finishing it out in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's turn you around onto your back. We're going straight into the full body crunch. One foot can be on the floor as a mandible jaw option. In 2, in 1, everything up and crunching. And when you're crunching together, try to breathe out, right? Bring it all in and breathe on out. And when you start to put that breath into things, we're going to make the core work harder with this breathing technique. We're going to make the abs fill more space where the diaphragm would. Okay, now, more manageable approach, we can keep one foot on the floor and we can go single leg hugging in with those two arms. If you are doing manageable approach, remember which leg you're on, so the second time around we can switch it around. All right, we go finished in 3, 2, 1. Don't waste any time. Stand up with us. We're going to go straight back to that lateral lunge on the left side. Huh? Oh, hollow hold. My bad. Sorry. 2, 1. Hollow hold. I'm getting ahead of myself here. My goodness. Thank God I got you around. All right, so Sarah's doing the hollow hold right here. Everything is up into the air. This has a huge focus on low back pressure as well as the front core working overtime. And we'll go finished in 3, in 2, in 1. Now, everybody stand back up. Don't waste any time. We're going to go back to that balanced lateral step. You're going to hug your left knee in 3, 2, 1. Step out, bring it up. Show me that balance, hug it back in, and then go right back out to it. You kind of figure out where that works best for you with that footing. If you go further out, you're working harder. As you drive deeper, you're getting more out of it as well. And if you're more manageable, you just keep that foot a little bit closer to you. There we go. So you find your rhythm. We got ourselves about 10 seconds remaining right here. Perfect the 10. Then we'll go into the hold. All right, finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We got 10 seconds. Then we go hold. Set yourself up. Put the weight into that heel in 3, 2, 1. Sit and hold. 20 seconds. Let's once again find your butt working on that outside, that bent knee. We want to see if we can even activate a little stretch on that inside leg. And then abs tight. Finished in 3, in 2, in 1. Down to the floor, bird dog. This time your left arm does the lifting with your bird dog. Left arm does the lifting. We get started in 3, 2, 1. You've got the crunch in and the extension out. Excellent. And I'm going to cue Sarah right here. Just be a little careful of that hip. If she can keep that, yes. If she made just the smallest turn back towards the floor, that's going to wake up a lot more of her core into what she's doing. Now breathing. Let's breathe in as you lift. Let's breathe out as you crunch. Breathe in as you lift. Breathe out as you crunch. You got yourselves about 10 seconds remaining right here. We got to hold to follow. Find your back muscles. Finished in 3, in 2, in 1. 10 recovery. Okay. Same side lifting and holding. Beginning in 3, in 2, in 1. So we keep the hold. And then I'm going to work on Sarah's hip just a little bit. Bingo. Yeah, so if I can just get her to drop it down that much more, that extra inch is a huge difference maker in what she's working through there. Good. We've got ourselves last few. 3, 2, and 1. We got 10 seconds. We turn ourselves around. Go onto that back. Arms out, legs up. In 2, in 1. Crunch it all in, breathe out. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Good. If you're a more manageable option on this, your opposite leg is on the floor, and you're going single leg with both the arms coming in here. There we go. Keep working on the breath, and give me big extension if you got it in you. If you can raise those arms further back, if you can extend those legs out a little lower to the floor, that intensity continues to go north. We got 10 more seconds. Hollow hold to follow. We're working, huh? Yeah. 3, 2, and rest. Rest for 10. Hollow hold up next. Ooh, yes. Beginning in 3, 2, let's go. Keep it up. Low back press. And if you need to, 1 foot going to the floor. Remember, you can always take a small breather. Now we've got a long break to follow after this. We've got the long break coming up. Challenge your last few seconds here. 5 seconds remaining. Finished in 3, in 2, in 1. That is good. That is recovery time, everybody. Take a breather, a very, very well-earned breather. That is a tough set, I know. Now, if you're working out with somebody at home, give them some high five love right here. This is a good time to look each other in the eyes and say, we got this. We can do this. And if you're there solo, just look in the mirror. Do it that way. That'll work. All right, so get your last bit of water into here. We're going to do it all again. We'll take it back from the top. Second time, you know what's coming. So if you want to add weight to that leg exercise, you can do it now. Go ahead and grab that now so you're prepared. I'm going to make it official. We've got 10 seconds and we get moving again. We're going to start with that balanced lateral lunge on the right side first. Beginning in 3, 2, 1. Hug that knee in, find your landing point, and then bring it right back up through there. Good. So same options as before. Power option is add some weight. More manageable option, don't step out as far. Don't sit as low. Okay. Once again, butt working on this outside, and obliques, her side abs working on that outside as well. Can you feel your obliques as you're going up and down through that? Because they're working to keep you balanced and stronger here. Last few, we go finished in 3, in 2, in 1. We're going to hold it next. Small breather. If you need to shake out a leg, do it. Get ready. We start in 3, in 2, and bring it down and hold it. So let's find control into this hold. That hip, that glute is working. These core muscles, specifically, especially on that outside, and that heel is where I want her body's weight to be sitting. Last few. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Stand up, bring it to the floor. Right arm lifts for your bird dog next. We get started in 3, 2, 1. Right arm, left leg, and meet them down below. As you reach up, breathe in. As you exhale, crunch on down. Perfect. And I can see Sarah's already made that adjustment on the hips that we had been talking about in that first round. I want you all to think about that same thing. Don't let the hip ride up. Keep it stable with the other side. Now this is a movement to strengthen the back. So can you feel your muscles in the back side of your body working? Can you feel your abs underneath stretching? Got last few. We go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We rest for 10, and then we're holding the same side. Love what Sarah's doing as a recovery. In 3, in 2, lift and hold for 20. Nice. And let's find some reach through the fingertips, right? Some more activity through that arm. Let's find some reach through that heel behind you. Right? Fantastic job, everybody. You're locked in. You're breathing. Go finished in 3, in 2, in 1. Love it. Turn yourself around. Full body crunch up next. Beginning in 3, in 2, in 1. Crunch it in and breathe out. Let's find that breathing with the movement. Like I said in that first round, if you can put the good breath out into that crunch, you're now requiring your abs to fill more space of your body cavity there. So abs are working overtime to keep you in control if you breathe out when you crunch. There we go. Last few. We got 15 seconds. Can you expand a reach at all? Can you go back further and open into that range of motion? Okay, last few. We go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We've got that 10 rest. And then we're going to hollow hold for 20. This is a burner. Let's get to it. Starting in 3, in 2, in 1. Up and hold. More manageable approach has 1 foot on the floor, but everybody's pushing that low back down. Give me imprint of your low back down to that floor to take that activity level way up. There we go. You're breathing. You're making it through. 5 seconds. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's stand back up. We're going to be going to the left side, left leg, balancing up and stepping in 3, 2, 1. Step it out, control it up, hug it back in, and repeat. And if you need to slow that down, that is A-okay, right? This is a balanced movement. I do not expect you to do these things perfectly. Practice is what we're here for right now. Today is a day of practice. Good. So she's going to find that heel, she's going to find that glute, and then like I cued, can she find her oblique on that left side? The side of her abs working on the left as she's going up and down with that foot on the floor. 10 seconds. There we go. The balance is locking in. The hips are there. In 3, in 2, in 1. We rest for 10. And we'll hold next. Recover. How we doing?
136.
136. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and hold it. Let's lock in those same obliques. We're trying to identify side abs on the left. Let's lock in all the core now. Tighten the belly. Pull the belly button back towards the spine. Feel that glute. You are strong, folks. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Down to the floor. Bird dog next. Left arm is doing our lifting here. Beginning in 3, in 2, in 1. Lift up, crunch down, inhale up, exhale through the crunch. Inhale up, exhale through the crunch. Go ahead. All right, I'm going to tell you, watch that hip just a little bit there. Bingo, bingo. And same thing, you all check your hips because we all have a very easy inclination to kind of lift that hip some. We can keep it tilted towards the floor. We're really upping the ante on what's going on. 10 seconds. We'll have the hold to follow next. 3, 2, 1. That's good. Okay, next up the hold. Same side. We get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Up and hold. There we go, Sarah. Drop it down a little bit extra. Bingo, bingo. That is the perfect parallel we're looking for. You work on that on your end out there. 10 seconds. Breathe in steady. Going in 3, in 2, in 1. That's good. Turn around, go onto your back. All right, full body crunches. Last exercise of this round in 3, 2, and 1. Give me that full crunch in, full extension up. There we go. Remember, as you crunch in, breathe out. Crunch in and breathe out. Let's put that together. Let's finalize perfect form with perfect breathing here. Good. Further extension out means we're getting to that more powerful option, and we're opening, stretching, right? We want to stretch and then contract to that body's full capabilities. There we go. We got a last little bit. You got your 10 seconds remaining. Focus in, finish well. And finished officially in 3, 2, 1. You got that 10 seconds of rest. You got the hollow hold for 20, and then it's long rest in 3, 2, 1. Give me your last bit of energy right here. I know your core muscles are burning. Dig down deep. You give me some fire in your belly right here, folks. Push that low back down. Breathe and keep those eyes straight up. Eyes straight up. If that neck's locking, move that head around. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Woo! There we go, everybody. You are most assuredly nice and warm by this point. What do you say there, huh?
That's good.
Warm?
Yeah.
Okay, I know Ed's happy out there. So everybody take your well-earned breather, give yourself some water. Once again, high five anyone who's around, whether they're working out with you or not, just give them some love. Hopefully you're getting a little bit back from them as well. Okay, Sarah and I are going to go over your 3 cardio movements next. So we've got 3 exercises that are cardio movements for 40 seconds, and then we've got 20 seconds of either rest or active recovery to follow. We'll repeat the same active recovery stuff as we did on Tuesday, and we'll actually just identify that once we're in the movements. Don't worry too much about that. But you and I, let's go ahead and go over our 3 cardio movements first. First of those is like a little pop jump squat. So basically squat position, we're going to go down, and then when we come up, we're going to do a little twist, bring it back to center, and bring it down. Now, if hopping doesn't work for you, you're going to do your squat, and you're going to step out to one side, bring it back, step out to that next side. So if you need that more manageable approach, just step out. Also, as a power option, you can add that weight to this movement, and you can really, really up intensity if you're looking for that addition. Second up, we're going to bring it down to the floor, and we're going to do our mountain climbers. So hands are underneath our shoulders. Basic mountain climber where those knees are just coming up towards the center of the body and going towards the chest. A more manageable approach on that would be to come up from that standing position, angle those feet back, and you can do it with hands on a wall as a more manageable approach. And then after that, we're going to take a seat, and we're going to do our bicycle without some motion today. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to go onto the elbows. We're going to extend one leg straight, and then just kind of cycle those knees in and out. If you need to make this a little bit easier, you can come up onto the hands, and that'll give you some more support. So a more manageable approach goes onto the hands. Regular movement has you on the elbows. And if you want to go flat towards your back, that can give you some additional challenge as that power option through there. So hopefully that's clear. We'll guide you through it. We've got 3 rounds of this 40-20, and we'll take a break after each one of those rounds. Shall we get to it? If you need any weight, grab some weight. We're going to start with those little pop jump squats coming up here first. We've officially got 10 seconds on the clock. Get into squat position. And remember, it's a little hop to one side and then bring it back in 3, 2, 1. Here, little hop and back. Hop and back. Now, more manageable option is squat to step. Bring it back. Squat to step and bring it back. You can do what works best for you. You can add that weight if you need to. If you want to work on the breathing as you come up, breathe out as you jump up. Okay, 12 seconds. Stay in that zone. We're gonna have active recovery or full recovery to follow. We go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Now you can completely rest for 20, or you can just step forward and bring those hands up for 20. After this, we're gonna go straight down to the floor for mountain climbers next. So in 10 seconds, mountain climbers begin. All right, so let's go ahead and finish out one more of those and then bring yourself down to the floor. In 3, 2, and 1. Mountain climbers for 40. Now find your pace early on, right? I don't need you coming out of the gates firing unless you feel like you've got all the energy in the world and you can rack it out here. Otherwise, maintain a pace that you feel like you can make it through. More manageable approach. You could have those hands on a wall. You could be angled back further with those feet to increase what you're doing from that standing point. If you're feeling good, you are rocking those knees. You got 10 seconds here. After this, we're going to be moving in and out of a child's pose for active recovery or resting. In 3, 2, 1. Active recovery. Sit back and down. Lightly bring it back forward. Or just rest completely. Our next movement is going to have us on our back doing that bicycle from the elbows. So let's go ahead and turn ourselves around. We get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Extend that leg out. Okay, if you can drop those heels a little lower to the floor, you're going to get additional activity through that core. Hit kind of that lower abdominal area. And if you need to make it more challenging, you could even go flat or close to flat in the back. You need to make it a little bit easier. Push yourself up onto those hands. Give yourself a little bit of a booster. And find consistent breathing. Best thing you can do to maintain these challenging points of exertion. Less than 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Active recovery. Bring your feet up. One foot gently taps to the floor, comes back up, and switches. Okay? So give me that low back press as you're doing these single leg drops. It's your last bit of active recovery. Then we take a small breather. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Nice job, everybody. Recover, get yourself some water. How we doing over here, boss? Yeah? Is that cardio working? We got a heart rate north? You got above 138?
Not right now.
Okay, all right. We'll work on it. We'll see if we can push her a little bit in our second and third rounds coming up here, folks.
The squat jumps, though.
People love to see you working hard. I get lots and lots of comments, and by that I mean at least like 1 or 2 every workout.
My dad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, text from Tom. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do it all again. This is round 2 of 3 coming up. We're gonna start standing up. You've got that pop squat. You've got an option of adding that weight if you want it. So let's go ahead and hit my restart button right here. Very good. 10 seconds, we get going. Remember, as a manageable option, you can do the step out to a side. Let's get started in 3, in 2, in 1. You're down, little out and back. Little twist and back. Good. Remember, manageable option, lateral step, bring it back. Squat it, lateral step, bring it back. All right. So as you're pushing yourself up in that jump squat, breathe out, breathe out. You're up, you breathe out. You got 15 seconds here. Zone in. Probably the most challenging of your cardio movements right off the bat. All right, we go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We go active recovery of a step and a arm lift. We got about 15 seconds of this, and then we go to the floor for mountain climbers. Think about a high reach, so we open and stretch. Okay, 1 more, and then we go to the floor. Or standing, mountain climbers in 3, in 2, in 1. Remember, manageable option, put hands on a wall, step those feet back, and just bring those knees up with some good authority. Same thing as we were just working through that jump squat. If you can breathe out when a knee comes up, that's our ideal breathing pattern. There we go. Once again, pacing, we are halfway through this. You got 20. Depending on how you're feeling, you're either adding more, you're maintaining, or you're dialing it back a little bit. 10 seconds. There we go. Last few. Finished up in 3, 2, 1. In and out of child's pose. Got 20 seconds of recovery here. Then we're going to turn it around and get into that still bicycle on the elbows behind you. Okay, let's turn everybody around onto the elbows. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg out. Smooth coming in. Let's maintain some good breathing through this. More manageable approach, go onto those hands. More challenging approach, lie down onto that back and keep those heels real close to the floor to add some challenge to what you're doing. Okay, we got that steady breathing pattern. You've got yourselves 15 seconds here. We're going to finish with the active recovery of those leg drops on our back next. All right, we go finished in 3, in 2, in 1. Okay, on your back, feet up, and then single leg drops down smoothly. If you can give me some low back press, some of that imprint low back, please do. All right, last few, finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. That is great job, everybody. Take a well-earned breather one more time. 1 remaining in the workout today. We're making it through this thing. Give yourself a little bit high pat on back. Little high fives up there, out there. I'm getting winded, huh? What a tough workout for me today. Mentally exhausted over here right now. Having all sorts of clock issues I'm having to work with. You guys have no idea how hard I work behind the scenes here. All right, so we got our last one coming up. If you want to add any weight, it's your last opportunity to do so. Otherwise, let's just knock it out here, folks. You give me the best that you can. We got 3 minutes remaining in your workout. Don't hold back. Let's take it up one more notch. You got 10 seconds till we get going. It's going to be that squat jump with that little twist or that squat with that lateral step. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Game on. Sarah's in the struggle. The struggle is real in round 3 over here. She's laughing so hard she can't even use those legs.
I hope I'm not the only one.
She's gone jello on us over here. Just remember, we do not recommend jello. Not the hugest fans. You got 10 more seconds. Okay, single in. Finish with the best of your ability. Don't give into this exercise. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. You step forward and raise those arms up. Find some active recovery. Open it up. Let's try to do big inhale with a longer exhale. Next up, we're going to go down to the floor. Mountain climbers to follow. Let's go ahead and bring it down to the floor or put the hands on the wall. In 3, in 2, in 1. Showtime. Give me 40. Come on, Star. Let's see what you got over here. The talent, the star is burning out. It's fizzling out. It's entering Earth's atmosphere. Now, I too have worked out when I'm laughing, and it is not the easiest thing to maintain. But it is an added level of challenge into things, isn't it? It's always a good way to look into this. Got 10 more seconds. Crank it up. Give me a strong finish, please. Wrapped up in 3, in 2, in 1. We go child's pose recovery. You can go in and out of it. You can stay in it. You're choosing. We're going to finish on our back in that bicycle position. You got 10 more seconds here. Once we're in the bicycles, elbows, hands, or back. We get started in 3, 2, and 1. Extend those legs out. Let's keep that neck relaxed, everybody. Let's keep a little loose up top in the neck and shoulders. Don't let things get too tense there. There we go, there we go. We get our good breathing. Once we're done with this one, we've got that active recovery of a little low back strengthening. Got yourselves 15 seconds remaining. Last 15 seconds, folks. 10 seconds, the breathing continues. The neck stays loose. You are done in 3, in 2, in 1, onto the back, gentle single leg drops. Last little bit, low back imprinting to the floor. Last few. Let's go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Woo! That is official. You did it. How's that core feel today?
I'm working.
Those legs, they jello-y?
Yeah.
Woo! Get that little wobble through the legs. Nice job out there, folks. I love it. I know you're working hard out there. You know how I know? Because Sarah shows me. She's the dead giveaway. She's showing me what's going on. All right. Well, we're going to go over a little bit of stretching today, and then we're going to talk some prebiotics and probiotics today as well. So let's do a little bit of stretching. We're going to add one new stretch, just like we did add one new warm-up into what we're doing. But we're going to start out in the beginning with a left foot way out in front. We're going to bring the hands forward, and we're going to push the hips forward. So we want to kind of get a little bit of a butt squeeze on that right side. Now our right arm is going to raise and reach over to our left side. We're going to hold it here. I want you to work on some good breathing. Your left knee, if you can push that just a little bit to the left side, we can get a little hip stretch there too. Let's get a nice big inhale in. Nice long exhale out. We're going to go pigeon pose from here. So this foot now works its way over to the right side. We're going to lower down as best you can. If you can put that left knee to the floor, great. If you can put that left butt to the floor, even better. If not, you can stay up here. It's all good. You can stay on the hands, go down to the elbows. You got choices through here, everybody. So what we're talking about today, prebiotics and probiotics. Now we hear the term probiotics a lot. Has to do with our gut health. But without prebiotics, there are no probiotics. They cannot do our good things in the body for us. Let's go ahead and get a big inhale in. As we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves back up. We're going to switch out our knees. So our right foot will then step forward. We get that nice hip press forward from here. We can bring that right knee a little to the right side. Bring that left arm across and hold. So let's talk first about the gut, because we're talking about gut health when we're discussing probiotics and prebiotics. And your gut affects so many parts of your body. Now we've mentioned before that your immune system, 70% of your immune system is housed in your gut. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand down, bring that right foot over. Let's work down into that pigeon pose. Some are comfortable where you can hold for a little bit here. But beyond your immune system, here's a fun fact. 70% of all your body's serotonin, that is your happy hormone in your body, 70% of serotonin is housed in the gut. So if you got an unhappy gut, chances are you got an unhappy mood into what you're doing. Your gut also affects your appetite, it affects your metabolism, your weight management, we talked about your mood, it affects your sleep, how well you sleep through here. So really, really instrumental in some major players of our body and our day-to-day lives. Let's go ahead and get that big inhale in. As we exhale, we'll come on up from here. All right, next up, we're gonna get into a gate pose. This is our new movement here. So we're gonna go kneeling position. We're gonna take our left leg out to the left side, and we're gonna bring our right arm over towards that left side. So we're just gonna hold it for a few good seconds. Once again, we're stretching those rib cage muscles, so if you can breathe in, you can expand them a little bit. And as you exhale, kind of bring that arm down. We'll switch the knees. Left knee down, right leg out to the side. Let's bring that left arm up and over. So, like I said, we hear the term probiotics a lot. And probiotics basically are little microorganisms that go into our gut. And your gut already naturally has hundreds, if not thousands, or even millions of these, I think. And so we want to continue to kind of feed the good probiotics. We want to give them more of the good probiotics, and then we want to give them material that they can eat or feed off of. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back down to here. We're going to get into that camel pose. We're going to go for kind of a chest stretch next. So from here, your first option is to place your hands on the hips, and the first thing I want you doing here is to squeeze your butt. Tuck your butt, Then from here, allow your body to go back a little bit. Now you can stay here. You can drop down to the heels if you like. And if you're up, you're pinching your elbows behind you to open that front of the body, right? So without prebiotics, probiotics cannot flourish. What are prebiotics? Well, you can pretty much think of them as fiber, right? So what you're gonna get from raw or even some lightly cooked fruits and vegetables. Nice big inhale in. Nice long exhale out. Let's gently come back up through here. And then, excuse me, then we're just gonna finish with a little bit of neck stretching. So go ahead and just sit down onto your heels next. We're gonna take one hand behind the back. The other hand is gonna just lightly pull the head, not straight to the side, but a little bit forward and down to one side. So some good prebiotics. Where can we get prebiotics? Well, we talked about fiber. We're talking about good fruits, vegetables, onions, garlic, banana, apples, asparagus, oats, radish, cabbage are kind of your best and strongest prebiotics.
Broccoli?
Yeah, broccoli is on there, but I don't think it's... Generally speaking, like what I've always heard at the very top of the list is always garlic and onions and leeks. So you can think about that as kind of being like a great prebiotic and something that often we put in our foods constantly. So if you cook with that stuff, great, you're addressing your prebiotics. Let's go ahead and switch the arms, opposite side here. And then for probiotics, well, lots of options. Yogurt tends to be at the top of the list. Kombucha, brine-soaked vegetables. So what does that mean? It means like if you got a cucumber and it's a pickle, if that pickle is in vinegar, it's actually not a probiotic. Now, if it's in brine, a salt water, then it is a prebiotic. So brine-soaked vegetables, cottage cheese, kimchi, sauerkraut, tempeh, kefir. There's a long list of things. Go ahead and breathe in deeply. Release the arms, shake it on out, everybody. So pay attention. You know, once again, this just continues to go back to why vegetables play a really, really strong part in keeping us healthier and how important our gut is overall for just day in and day out health. Pay attention to that stuff. Let's continue to keep ourselves safe. Let's continue to keep coming back for good workouts because this stuff really increases the way that you feel and the way that you're moving day in and day out as well. I thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.